10 candidates running in Alberta's Battle River-Crowfoot by-election took to the debate stage last night, including Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, who's vying for a win to return to the House of Commons.
Look, I'll be honest, having a leader of a political party as your local member of parliament is a trade-off. On the one hand, the leader, in truth, lives in hotel rooms. At the other side, though, is that leader can bring a very powerful megaphone to the local issues of the community.
I firmly believe that Monsieur Poilievre is too busy with his own personal ambitions to give a rat's backside about us.
More than 200 candidates are running for Parliament in the riding. Contenders answered a range of questions about immigration, healthcare, agriculture, and the economy. Candidates also took aim at Poilievre for the fact that he does not live in the riding. The by-election was triggered when elected MP Damien Currick resigned, so Poilievre could run in his place after he lost in Ottawa. That by-election is set for August 18th. And joining me now is political analyst Lori Williams. Good to see you, Lori. So 10 candidates, including Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, squared off in a debate last night. What were some of the highlights?
Well, Pierre Poilievre came under a fair bit of fire, as you saw in that clip. A lot of people questioning the fact that he wasn't from the riding. Bonnie Critchley, who you also saw in that clip, has been talking about her service to Canada, and she's been challenging Pierre Poilievre's record over time. And that came up several times in last night's debate. However, with 10 people at that panel, I think it was difficult to really focus clearly on some of the issues, and the best focused person, the one who got the most cheers, frankly, was Pierre Poilievre.
So with the other candidates taking aim at Poilievre, that he doesn't live in the region, is there a chance that might hurt his chances?
Well, I think the criticism that's coming from the most effective of his opponents is landing. I don't think there's much question that he's going to win. The previous candidate in the general election in April won this seat by almost 83%. But the problem for Mr. Poilievre is that if he performs much worse than that, I mean, still gets a majority, but a much lower level of support, that could raise questions about his leadership, particularly his national leadership, and of course, there's a leadership review coming up in the new year.
Now, there are over 200 candidates in this by-election. How does a by-election of this magnitude work?
Well, this is going to be a different ballot that people are dealing with. They're actually going to have to write the name of the candidate, not the party that they support. And in that sense, it might be easier to get the name, but there will be a list of printed names for those who don't know the name of the candidate they want to choose. But it's going to come down more than in other elections. It's going to come down to name recognition. And so all of these candidates are working very hard to try to get that recognition. And a couple of them have done a pretty substantial job, even nationally, of raising their concerns and their criticisms.
Now, it almost seems a foregone conclusion that Poilievre will win, but if he didn't, what would happen then?
Well, I think his leadership would be untenable if that were to happen. And that's why he's chosen this riding. It's the second largest margin of victory in the country. That's probably one of the two main reasons why he chose this riding. The other is that it's in Alberta. It's a safe seat, and of course he's from Alberta, so he has a claim to at least being adjacent, if you like, to this particular riding. So if he were to lose this election, then I think that would just be the death knell for his leadership.
Lori, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much. Great chatting with you.
Thanks very much, Renee.
That's Lori Williams, political analyst.